Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I, Mr. Yogesh, Faculty of Mathematics, and I am here to put excitement back into the education. During the last few lecture, we discussed about finding the domain and range for the given function. Under it we have greatest integer function, modulus function, logarithmic function. Now in this lecture we are going to discuss about what is meant by exactly the composite function and inverse function as well as the real valued function. So for that, let us try to consider first topic we have as an composite function. Composite function. So what does it imply exactly the composite function? So for that, let us try to consider any two function. I would like to consider function f to be from a to b, and other function might be g to b from b to c. Observe carefully here. Domain of the function g is the codomain of the given function f. So now we are having, there are the three sets actually at first, that are a, b and c. We have the function f from a to b and g from b to c. So I would like to consider any element from set a becomes x, any element from set b becomes a y, and let us try to consider any element from the set c becomes a z. Now for any element z from the set c, it has its a pre-image as a y from its domain, that is the set b. So we can write it as range of z becomes a some function, that is g of y. Now y is the pre-image of a element x from the set a. So we might write now the range of y becomes some function f of x. Now if we will consider the function from set a to set c. So let us assume that function is h. So now the z be the pre-image of a element from the set a, that is x. So we can write z to be equals to some function of x. So look at once carefully, but z to be equals to the g of y, and if we will replace now y by their value as a f of x, so we might get g of f of x here. So ultimately z to be equals to the h of x and z to be equals to g of f of x. So we might write now h of x to be equals to g of f of x. We can write it as g composition f of x. So we have now h to be equals to g composition f. So such a type of function is known as our composite function. So keep in mind here, for all x's belongs to the domain of the function f becomes a, that implies for all f of x's belongs to the range function of f becomes a set b, or the codomain of the function becomes a f becomes a b, and that implies now for all g of y must belongs to the codomain of the function g, that is the set c. So now if we will consider one example, depends on it, we might have, there are the three sets. Set a having an elements, let us consider 1, 2, 3, 4. B having the elements 1, 4, 9 and 16. So there is a square relation now we are having. That means the y to be equals to f of x to be equals to the x square. And suppose we have now the function from B to third set as a C becomes a g of x. It is of the form, or we have to consider it as a, okay, no matter, g of x to be equals to x plus 1. So suppose here 1 is related to 1, 2 is related to 4, 3 is related to 9, 4 is related to 16. And now 1 is related to 2, 4 is related to 5, 9 is related to 10, and 16 is might be related to 17. So now if we will consider here the function from set A to B, and it is given by G composition f. So G composition f of x, we might write it as a G of f of x. So there are the two ways now for simplifying the given G composition f of x. So firstly, first come first service, G comes first. So think over it, the G of x, we might have the G of x to be equals to x plus 1. So here x is replaced by f of x. So we have to replace now all x from the function g by f of x. We might get f of x plus 1. And now what is the value of f of x? We have a f of x to be equals to the x square. So we might have g composition f of x becomes ax square plus 1. Or you might be start from right to left direction. That means you might be replace at first the f of x by their value. We have f of x becomes x square. Now for finding g of x square, so try to replace all x from the function g by x square. We might get the same thing. G composition f of x becomes ax square plus 1. Now look at carefully. Actually there is a transitive relation we have. Once 1 is related to 1 and 1 is related to 2, so that implies ultimately 1 is related to 2. On the same basis, suppose to be 2 is related to 4 and 4 is related to 5, so that ultimately implies, as per the transitivity, 2 is related to 5. You might consider here, if we are finding now the value of G composition f of, let us, I would like to consider A2. So that is equals to ultimately G composition of, so firstly the image of 2 from the function f becomes a 4, and now the image of 4 from the function g is in the set C, we are having it as a 5. So that should satisfy the case. Ultimately 2 square plus 1, 4 plus 1 becomes, we have a 5. Now suppose for any function we are finding the G composition f of x. So in general that should not be equals to f composition g of x. Once that should be the equal, that means G composition f of x to be equals to the f composition g of x, then that implies f and g are inverses of each other. So there is a two-way implication, keep in mind, inverses of each other. So once the functions are inverses of each other, then G composition f of x becomes af composition g of x. So now we are considering the next type of function as an inverse function. So what does it imply exactly? Suppose to be we are having f be the function from A to B is 1 1 and onto. So if f be the function from A to B is 1 1 and onto, then the inverse function is defined, or then the inverse of the given function is defined, or you might be right that the exists. So what does it imply exactly? The 1 1 and onto function, everyone well known. For all elements from the set A, supposed to be we are having f be the function from A to B, then for all elements from the set A, it has a unique image from the set B, then the given function is said to be the 1 1 function. If every element from the set B having its own pre-image from the set A, then the function is said to be the onto function. Now you may call that the 1 1 function as a, how to verify in general given function as a 1 1 function if we are given the function by the formula method. So 1 1 function, or you may said it as a injective function. Injective function. So supposed to be f be the function from A to B, so it is denoted by y equals to f of x be the function. Now for all x1 comma x2 that belongs to the domain A, that means any two elements belongs to the domain A, then that, or let us consider f of x1 to be equals to the f of x2, that means the both elements are related to a unique element from the set B or from the codomain B. Then now for f to be, that means given function f to be a 1 1 function, we have to prove that x1 to be equals to the x2. That means for a 1 1 function under consideration, any two elements belongs to the domain like x1 and x2. Consider f of x1 to be equals to the f of x2, then we have to prove x1 to be equals to the x2. Once for f of x1 equals to the x2, f of x2, x1 to be equals to the x2, then the given function f said to be a 1 1 function. Or we might be consider x1 is not equals to the x2, that means for two different elements from your domain, that should implies f of x1 is not equals to the x2, that means their images are not equal, then such a type of functions are again said to be the 1 1 function ultimately. Now what will happen if f of x1 to be equals to the f of x2, and that implies x1 is not equal to the x2, then at that time we are having main-even function. So two different elements from the set A, or we might be says the domain of the function f, are related to the unique element from the codomain of the function f, then such type of functions are said to be a main-even function. So once the condition should satisfy for f of x1 equals to the f of x2, we have x1 equals to the x2, then function f is said to be a 1 1 function, or you might be says the injective function. Now for the onto function, how to prove that the given function becomes onto once we have the function in terms of formula method. So onto function, you may call it as a surjective function. Surjective function. So what does it imply exactly? So for any onto function, we well known range to be equals to the codomain. Keep in mind, because sets of all elements from B having its own pre-image from the set A, then the function is said to be a onto function. So let us consider the domain of the f be the function from a to b. So whose domain becomes, we have a and whose codomain, or you might be says here the range, codomain becomes a set of all elements of b and f be the function from a to b. Suppose to be x be the any element from set a and y be the element from the codomain. Then there exists y belongs to codomain implies it has a pre-image, or it is the pre-image of some element from set A, then that implies there exists x belongs to A such that f of x to be equals to the y. That means ultimately once we have a function y equals to the f of x, that means y is expressed in terms of the variable x. So for proving the given function as an onto function, we have to express x in terms of y. So for every real value of y, there exists the unique element x from your domain, then the function is said to be a onto function. So we can say that therefore f is a onto function, or you might be says the surjective function. Now once a given function f is 1 1 and onto, 1 1 means injective and onto means we have a surjective, then f is said to be a bijective function. A bijective function. So how to find now the inverse of the given function? So suppose to be we have given f be the function from a to b, it is 1 1 and onto. Once the given function is 1 1 and onto, then it's a inverse, means the f inverse is exist. So what does it imply exactly, the f inverse or inverse of the given function? So if we have the function from a to b, then the function from b to a is said to be the inverse function. It is denoted by f inverse. So the codomain of the function f becomes a domain of f inverse, while the domain of the f becomes a codomain of the inverse function. Look at their graphical representation. Suppose we have a curve having the equation y equals to the x square. So for finding the inverse of this curve, it might look like a way. So this is the graphical representation of inverse function of f of x to be equals to the x square. So now we can represent the function y equals to the f of x. So that implies now x to be equals to f inverse of y. So what will happen if f is not a 1 1 or onto, then the f inverse does not exist. So if f is not a 1 1 or onto, then its inverse, means the f inverse, does not exist. Now we will come forward for finding the composite function and the inverse function. But before it, we may prove for the given function f to be a 1 1 and onto. Which steps we have to follow? Look once. Suppose to be we have a question, find whether the following function is 1 1 onto or not. So we have the function from R to R, and which is given by f of x to be equals to x square plus 5 for all x belongs to the sets of real number R. So for that, let us try to consider again a f of x to be equals to the x square plus 5. Now for proving the given function becomes a 1 1 and 1 1 first. So for a 1 1 function, let us consider f of x1 to be equals to f of x2 for all x1 comma x2 belongs to the domain of the given function, that means the real value R. Then we have to prove x1 to be equals to the x2. So what is the value of now f of x1? So let us try to replace all x from the f of x by x1. We might get here x1 square plus 5, that is equals to, now what is the value of f of x2? So try to replace now x from the f of x by x2, we get x2 square plus 5. So plus 5 from both sides getting cancelled, we remain with the x1 square to be equals to the x2 square. So ultimately that should implies x1 equals to the x2. So for the square function it should not be exist, we might be take here the cubic function actually. So we might have the x1 cube to be equals to the x2 cube, then that should implies x1 equals to the x2. Because square of the negative real number is becomes a positive, so we can't consider the square function over here, we might be consider the cubic function. So now that should implies f is a 1 1 function. Now for proving onto function, so we might have here y equals to f of x is equals to x cube plus 5. So for proving f becomes a onto, so for that we have to prove that for any y belongs to your codomain of f, there exists a unique element x belongs to the domain of the given function f. So for that means such that f of x to be equals to the y ultimately. So for that, let us try to express now x in terms of y ultimately. So we have, after all shifting the 5, y minus 5 to be equals to the x cube. So after all taking the cube root on both sides, we get cube root of y minus 5 to be equals to the x. So for sets of all real numbers which are greater equal 5, the value of y should exist and the respective value of x should be exist. So we have now the x to be equals to cube root of y minus 5. So for all real values of y greater than that of 5, strictly greater than that of 5, the respective value of x from your domain should exist. So the given function f is the onto function. So once the f is a 1 1 and onto, f is 1 1 and onto means injective and surjective, then f inverse exists. So now how to find that the f inverse for the given function? We have a y equals to f of x to be equals to x cube plus 5. So once y equals to f of x be the function, then x to be equals to the f inverse of y becomes the inverse. So now look at once carefully. We are having x to be equals to cube root of y minus of 5. So that should implies f inverse of y to be equals to cube root of y minus 5. So ultimately we are finding now the f inverse of x. So try to replace all y by x, we get f inverse of x to be equals to cube root of y minus 5. Now look at the next question we are having. If f of x to be equals to twice x plus 3 divided by thrice x minus of 2, then prove that f of f is an identity function. Identity function. What is meant by the identity function? If y equals to f of x equals to the x, so for every value of x that should be equals to the y, then the given function is said to be an identity function. So for that, let us try to consider again f of x to be twice x plus 3 divided by thrice x minus of 2. So for finding now f composition f of x becomes, we can write it as a f of x. That means ultimately we have to replace all x from the given function f of x by f of x itself. So we might get that is equals to 2 times f of x plus 3 divided by 3 times f of x plus minus of 2. Now for finding f composition f of x, we have to replace now all f of x by their value. We have f of x to be equals to twice x plus 3 divided by thrice x minus 2. So on replacing we get 2 times twice x plus 3 divided by thrice x minus of 2 plus 3 as it is. Replace now again f of x from your denominator by their value as a twice x plus 3 divided by thrice x minus of 2 minus of 2. Ultimately by making the cross multiplication over the numerator and denominator and distributing 2 over the bracket, we get 4x plus 6 plus 3 3s are 9x minus 3 2s are 6 whole divided by, we have a thrice x minus 2 whole divided by. Same thing towards the denominator, distribute 3 over the numerator. While making the cross multiplication, we might get 3 2s are 6x plus 3 3s are 9 minus of 3 2s are 6x minus minus becomes a plus 2 2s are 4 divided by, now we have thrice x minus 2 again. So both denominators are same. So ultimately that are getting cancelled. 4x plus 9x becomes 13x, while plus 6 minus 6 getting cancelled, while plus 6x minus 6x getting cancelled, and 9 plus 4 becomes a 13. Again 13 getting cancelled. So we have f composition f of x becomes a x. Therefore we can easily say that here f composition f is an identity function. Identity function. Now look at the next problem carefully. Once we have a f of x to be equals to twice x plus 1 and other function g of x to be equals to thrice x plus 2, then we have to prove that g composition f to be equals to f composition g. That means g and f or f and g are the inverses of each other or inverse functions of each other. So let us try to find firstly the value for g composition f of x. We can write it as the g of f of x. So you may have the other way for finding g composition f of x. Like way, let us replace firstly f of x by their value. We have a twice x plus 1. Now we are finding the g of twice x plus 1. So replace x from the function g by twice x plus 1. We might get 3 times twice x plus 1 plus 2. So g composition f of x becomes now after all distributing 3 over the bracket, we might have 6x plus 3 plus 2. So the value of G composition f of x becomes 6x plus 5. I will call it as equation number 1. Same thing we can evaluate for f composition G of x. We can write it as the f of G of x now. So again we have the value of G of x becomes a thrice x plus 2. So let's replace by that. Now for finding f of thrice x plus 2, replace all x from the function f by thrice x plus 2. We might get f composition G of x becomes now 2 times thrice x plus 2 plus 1. Distribute 2 over the bracket, we get 3 2s are 6x plus 2 1s are 2 plus 1. So the f composition G of x is 6x plus 2 2s are 4 were there, keep in mind. So 4 plus 1 becomes a 5. So look at the equation 1 and 2 carefully. So as per equation 1 and 2, so from equation 1 and 2, we can write here G composition f of x, that is equals to f composition G of x. So ultimately we have G composition f equals to f composition G. That means here the function f and g are the inverse functions of each other. Now look at once carefully towards the next problem. We are having it is of the form, determine whether the following functions are inverses exist or not. Once it is exist, find the inverse of the given function. So suppose to be we are having the function from R to R, and which is given by f of x to be equals to thrice x minus 4. So we have to show that firstly the given function becomes a 1 1 and on 2, and hence we have to find the f inverse and f inverse of, let it be 3, and f inverse of, let it be minus of 2. So what shall we have to do? Firstly, for proving the given function is a 1 1, so we have to consider for all x1 comma x2 belongs to the domain of the given function, that means belongs to the real valued. Let us consider f of x1 to be equals to f of x2 again, and we have to prove now x1 to be equals to the x2. Once x1 equals to the x2, then the given function becomes a 1 1 function. So what is the value of now f of x1? It becomes 3 times x1 minus of 4. We have to replace all x from the f of x by x1. Same thing, what is the value of f of x2? Replace all x from the f of x by x2. We get 3 times x2 minus of 4. Now minus of 4 and minus of 4 from both sides getting cancelled. So that implies 3 times x1 should be equals to the 3 times x2. Again 3 3 getting cancelled. So that should implies x1 equals to the x2. So for f of x1 equals to f of x2, we had here x1 equals to the x2. So that implies f is a 1 1 function. So now for proving given function becomes a onto function, let us consider y equals to the given function as a thrice x minus of 4. Try to express now x in terms of y. That means for every real value of y from the codomain, there exists it's a pre-image x is in the domain of the given function. So that implies now y plus 4 to be equals to the thrice x. So that implies x to be equals to y plus 4 divided by 3. So sets of all real values of y, there exists a real value x from your domain. So that implies f is an onto function. So once the given function f is 1 1 and onto, hence its inverse is exists. So once we have y to be equals to f of x, then that should implies f inverse of y to be equals to the x. But we have x value becomes as per the equation number 1. So I will have from equation 1 f inverse of y to be equals to, we have y plus 4 divided by 3. But once the given function becomes f of x, then its inverse becomes, we have f inverse of x. So that implies now f inverse of x, ultimately we have to replace all y from f inverse of y by x. We might have f inverse of x to be equals to x plus 4 divided by 3. Now we are finding, once we have the inverse function value, hence we have to find here f inverse of 3. So how to find now the f inverse of 3? So for that, let's replace all x from f inverse of x by 3. We might have 3 plus 4 divided by 3 becomes a 7 by 3. So the value of f inverse of 3 becomes a 7 by 3. Now we are trying to evaluate the value for f inverse of minus of 2. So for that, let us replace all x from f inverse of x by minus of 2. We might have the value for f inverse of minus of 2. It becomes a minus 2 plus 4 divided by 3 gives us 2 by 3. So f inverse of minus of 2 becomes a 2 by 3. So hence today we will stop here. So here we had about the function. Now is in the next lecture we are going to start with the limit. Thank you.